Hey everyone, it's Claire. This is Small Joyful Things. As always, I go to thrift stores and estate sales, and I sometimes buy things on Craigslist and all kinds of places, and I bring them home, try to find out everything I can about them, and then I make videos to tell you guys. So here's what we got today. Once again, I have a twofer. Here we go. Now, if these look familiar, hopefully you've watched my video on the Anchor Hocking ring vases. And what I've got here is two more of them in a slightly different style. It's in the braided style, if you can see it, the optical, that lovely optical effect. Now these are hand blown, and I really actually do think these are hand blown. I wasn't sure about the other ones, but at this point, yeah, I think they're hand blown. They are really lovely, like the lovely high quality glass on them. Now I've got a pair of them. Now let's quickly measure them up. So I'm going to put them at about 6.5 inches high. At their widest part, about 3.5 inches at the widest bit. Again, the two are, these ones are actually closer in size and like closer in height than the other two. No, there we go. So this one is very slightly shorter, but not that you'd be able to tell. They're almost exactly the same. There are very slight, tiny differences in the color of the glass. So I have a feeling that these maybe were made at slightly different times. And I know that they're vintage. They would have been like from the 1960s, maybe 1950s kind of thing. But I think these are like, these would not have been made as a set together. I think that someone actually just bought the first one, liked it a lot, and then eventually bought the second one and then had a pair. And obviously eventually they both went to a thrift store together. And now here they are. So as far as actual pictures of these go, to be honest, it's really difficult to find any kind of more information about these specifically. I had a feeling that these were Indiana glass at one stage, but I don't think that's accurate. I think that these are actually Anchor Hocking. The design, I think, must be Anchor Hocking. I love that effect. The optical effect is really pretty. I can't imagine what this would actually look like if it was in the royal ruby or forest green. I don't actually know if they made this in those colors though. I know Anchor Hocking did actually make a large number of ring vases in all different styles, so make that what you will. There is, obviously enough, no marks of any kind. It does have that slight ring of wear that you get with old glass. I think both of them have it. Yeah, you see it's a little bit slight on this one. This one doesn't have it as much, which is why I think that I definitely think they were not made at the same time. Which just suggests that this one is actually the older one. Anyway, so will I be keeping these? No. I'm quite fond of Anchor Hocking in general, just because like you gotta really like Anchor Hocking if you're into glassware. Anchor Hocking made so much glassware, like so much, can't even describe that. Like if you pick up something that you suspect is like from the 1960s, 1970s and it's glassware, the first thing you better do is check and see if Anchor Hocking made it, because there's a fairly sizable chance that they did, or that they did something like it. So yeah, I do like them. I do like the optical effect. I have no real use for vases. I got these because I looked at them and thought, you know what, I recognize that design. That's probably Anchor Hocking. I think those are lovely. And anyway, once I picked them up and I knew that they were blown glass, I thought, oh, these are lovely quality vases. Someone's going to really like them. So what are they actually worth? So it's kind of hard to tell. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure, because there's not many entries or whatever for these particular vases from Anchor Hocking. Lots and lots of reds and greens in different shapes or whatever like that. Not really so much the clear. I'm going to be just kind of guesstimating that you could probably buy these for maybe $30 to $40. I'm going to be putting them up on Etsy for $25, and I'm sure someone is really going to like them. They really are Like, they're just lovely high quality vases, as well as being like mid-century, you know, vintage, whatever. They're just very, very high quality. I really like these little ring vases. They're just, if I see them in a thrift store, I'm probably going to keep buying them. I mean, even though they're not really worth a whole lot of money, I don't really care. I just like the design so much, and I want people to know about them and to have them, you know. Especially because when the first video I did about the other two that I got, I nearly missed them. I didn't realize that they were, you know, vintage Anchor Hocking from the 1950s. Like, what a shame that would have been to have them go back to a thrift store and have their story be lost, and people would have just, like, they would have just sat there, and, you know, maybe people wouldn't have known that that's what they were. But anyway, here's what they are. That's my, well, there's 2 small joyful things for today. So, thank you very much for watching.